Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yazz'n and you're watching Yazz'n It Up. And today's video I have for you guys is what I packed makeup wise when I went on spring break. So no, I'm not in school, but my mom actually does work for a school, so she had her spring break. So the family, we went away on a little vacation. It was really sweet. We were able to visit some family in Pennsylvania, and then we traveled to New York to visit my grandparents, and then we came and we went to Virginia, and then we came back home. It was a really great trip. It was awesome to see family and just to relax in Virginia, and it was super warm. It was just wonderful. A great spring break overall. And so I just wanted to show you guys what I brought with me traveling makeup wise. So here is my adorable makeup bag. My sister got this for me, I think for Christmas, and it has Miguel on it from Coco, one of my favorite cartoons. And then on the back of the makeup bag it says "Seize Your Moment." It's just a quote from the movie. It's glittery and it's huge. It holds all of my makeup. I even was able to put some skincare in here, so it was really great. Loved this bag. It works perfect for me. So I'm going to show you guys everything that I have in here that I took with me when I went traveling. Alrighty, so let's start with eyeshadow palettes. I took two with me. The first one is my colorful palette. This is the Anastasia Riviera palette, and here is what she looks like. It has mattes in here, it has shimmers in here. As you guys can see, it is super colorful. I love taking a colorful eyeshadow palette and more of a neutral eyeshadow palette. So I did use these a couple of times, and it does have a mirror on the palette. I make sure that at least one of my palettes has a mirror in it, just in case if we're in the hotel or if I'm getting ready in the car, I have a mirror that I can use to get ready. So I was able to use the Riviera palette a couple times. I love the shades in here. They're super vibrant. The shimmers in here pack a punch. They're super pretty. Really do enjoy this palette. And my neutral palette I took with me is from ColourPop. This is the California Love palette. This one does not have a mirror inside, but it does have some gorgeous neutral shades, some mattes, some shimmers, some glitters in here. I use this one more than I use the colorful one. This works really well for me. I really do like this palette. And no, I don't take the same palettes every single time I go on vacation. I usually change it up, but this spring break, these are the ones that I picked. I just thought for the springtime and it being hot, the bright colors in the Riviera palette were just wonderful. They paired well together. And then the California Love, like I said, I just needed a neutral palette, and that one has some amazing shimmers in it. So these were the two eyeshadow palettes that I took with me. For a face powder, I have this one here from I Heart Revolution. This is their scented baking powder, and this is their peach scent. This thing is absolutely gigantic, and I'm actually almost done with this powder. I really need to go ahead and finish this up. I think this powder is like $8 from Ulta. You can use a coupon at I Heart Revolution. Their stuff is really great. I'm pretty sure I Heart Revolution is a sister brand to Makeup Revolution, but both of them, a lot of their stuff are hidden gems. I really do like this powder. It fills in my pores. The peach scent is very light. It's not super overpowering, and it mattifies my skin. I'm able to use this all over, and this is a great powder to travel with. If you guys are afraid because this is a little bit larger, you can totally use a different powder. My favorite powder is from Rimmel London, their loose matte powder. That one is a smaller container. That one would be great to travel with too, but this was just the one that I picked, and this one is the one I traveled with. Alrighty, let's talk about foundations. I took three with me, and two of them are not my shade, so I pretty much just mixed the two together. The first one is this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I have mine in the shade Light 70W, so it's a little bit too light for me. And then this other one that I paired it with, this is the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation from Too Faced, and I have this in the shade Butterscotch. I mixed these together. Pretty much Butterscotch is like 20 shades darker than my actual skin tone, but every foundation that is too light for me, I mix a little bit of Butterscotch in, and it works perfectly. And so I love this combination together. I think it's really great, perfect for the springtime, just because, you know, if you do have oily skin and it starts to fade, it kind of fades naturally, and these just work really well together. And the third foundation that I've been absolutely loving, this is the W7 Legend Lasting Wear Foundation, and I have mine in the shade Natural Beige. I picked this up from TJ Maxx, and I think it was maybe like $4.99 or $5.99, and this shade is a little bit gray tone for me, so I do really need to bronze my skin and use my concealer to brighten it up. It's not the perfect shade for me, but I love the actual foundation. The formula is really great. It lasts on my skin, and then I could just use powder to touch up if I need to. I've been loving this one recently. This is the W7 Legend Lasting Wear Foundation. So like I was just saying, that foundation is just a little bit gray tone for me, so I do need to bronze up a little bit. And the bronzer that I took with me is the Bahama Mama bronzer from The Balm. And I don't always bronze my skin, but with that foundation, like I said, I really need to. So here's what this bronzer looks like. It's just Goldilocks style, not too light, not too dark, just in the middle, absolutely perfect. I do really like this bronzer, and the pan is huge. I'm pretty sure I picked this up from Ross or from TJ Maxx at an affordable price. I really do like this bronzer, and I feel like it just matches every look that I go with. It's just, you know, super easy to pop on, super blendable. You can build it up, you can go light-handed. I really do enjoy this bronzer, so I took this one traveling with me. And let's talk about blush. I took 2 of them with me. I prefer a more shimmery blush. I don't like just a flat matte blush anymore. That's just not my cup of tea. So I have 2 blushes here. The first one is from Milani, a tried and true. This is an 05 Luminoso. This is their baked highlighter. Here's what she looks like. This is very well loved. This blush is perfect for most skin tones. It works beautifully on me. It's like a beautiful shimmery peach shade. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And the shade that I paired it with is this one here from the Shop Miss A website. This is the AOA Lumi Radiance Blush, and I have mine in the shade 93 Ravish. Here's what this one looks like. I love the way it looks in the pan. It's just marbleized, and this one is a lot darker than Luminoso, so I like pairing them together. Or you can use this one if you have a darker skin tone. This one works really great. This one has a beautiful finish to it, and I just loved pairing both of these blushes together. They really work well together, so I wanted to make sure that I had a blush that worked with any look that I was going for, and these blushes were the ones. I'm just gonna go ahead and continue talking about everything base. And the primer that I brought with me, this is a tried and true for me. I feel like typically I pack this primer ever since I've tried it. This is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. This says it has a 12-hour makeup grip. This is supposed to be the dupe for the Milk Hydra Grip Primer, like the green one, and I think this is a really great job. It doesn't hydrate your skin like a cream moisturizer, but it also doesn't dry my skin out. I wouldn't say this is the most hydrating primer, but it works for me because I have super oily skin. It feels sticky after you put it on, so your foundation really clings onto it, and I think that works really well. I did also bring another primer, but it's currently in my project pan right now, so I don't want to give away what I've been working on. You guys are gonna just have to stay tuned, but you can see update number 1. I will have that linked in the iCards for you guys. But I am working on another primer that I brought to pair with this one, and it's more of a pore filling primer, so they worked really well hand in hand together. I focused this one more on my oily areas like my forehead, my nose, and my chin, and then the pore filling primer in my project pan, I focus more where my pores are larger, which is literally my cheek area, like my T-zone here. I really do like this primer. Like I said, I do usually take it when we go traveling just because it works really well with most foundations. I forgot to share with you guys when I was sharing my eyeshadows, I did pack 3 of my ColourPop Super Shock shadows. So the colors that I packed with me, I have here is in Lady Bird. I also packed Bouncy, and I packed I Heart This. So I will go ahead and do close-ups, that way you guys can see the shades here. But the ColourPop Super Shock shadows, they're one of my favorite formulas. I rarely ever use single eyeshadows except for the ColourPop ones. I use one at least every day, so these are my favorite. I just grabbed a few of the Super Shock shadows that I feel like would work with, you know, basically any look, and these are the few that I grabbed. So these ones I also brought with me to pair along with my 2 eyeshadow palettes. Alright, let's talk about highlights. I took 3 highlighters with me. The first one here is from Makeup Revolution. This is their Triple Baked Blusher Peachy Pink Kisses, and here's what she looks like. I love this highlighter so much. It's super blinding, very luscious and delicious. I really do like this highlighter. I use this on the top of my cheekbones just because it's so bright, but this one works really well with like 99% of my looks. So I really do like this highlight here, and this was super affordable. Another highlighter that I brought, this one is from Hard Candy. This is their Rose Gold highlight. This one I actually have hit pan on. This one works really well for shoulder highlight, but it also works really well on the face. And this one is more of a natural highlight, but if you do setting spray and then go in with this, you can really see it. It's super gorgeous. And last but not least, I have a tried and true highlight that I brought. This one is from Ofra, and this is in the shade Blissful. I love Ofra highlight. highlights. Their formula is fantastic, and here's what that shade looks like. This formula is so buttery, so smooth, and I love every single one of these highlights, so I just wanted to bring a few of my favorites. That way I can change up my highlight if I wanted to. I can even use those highlights for my inner corner highlight, my brow bone highlight. They're just super versatile that way, and those are the 3 highlights that I brought with me. The setting spray that I brought with me, I wanted to make sure it was kind of smaller and it was in like a plastic bottle, not like a glass bottle or anything. And this is the Zuri Flawless Makeup Setting Mist, and this has a matte finish. This one I just picked from the Shop Miss A website. I'm trying to go through all of my Shop Miss A website products just because I'm not purchasing from them anymore, so I'm trying to get all of their products out of my collection. So this was one that I did purchase on their website. This makeup setting spray, it's alright. I mean, it was only $1, maybe $1.50, super affordable. But there's other setting sprays that I prefer over this one, but it gets the job done. I wouldn't say that it keeps me matte throughout the day. It just really melts in the powder and just melts my makeup all together very well, so I do like that about this setting spray. For eyebrows, I took a pomade, and I also have a brow gel here. So I have the Wet n Wild's Brow Obsessive Shaping Brow Gel. The pomade that I brought is from LA Colors, and this is their brow pomade in dark brown, so I went ahead and brought this pomade with me, and these paired very nice together. In Virginia, where we stayed at, we did have a pool. We weren't able to go to the pool because the outdoor pool, it was closed when we went, and the indoor pool, it was completely packed. There was way too many people in there, and so we decided not to go. They did end up opening up the outdoor pool that weekend, but it was just too late for us to go, so that was a little bit unfortunate. But I was saying that because I did bring waterproof eyeliners. So the 2 waterproof eyeliners I have here, they're both from Wet n Wild, and I have one in dark brown and I have one in black. I don't prefer the brush tips on here. They're alright, but they're not my preferred brush tip. They're more of like a felt brush tip. I prefer like an actual brush tip. But the regular eyeliner that I have, this one is from All Made. This is their liquid eyeliner, and this is just their black one. It's the one that I'm wearing right now, and this one transfers really bad like on the lid of my eyes, or even like because I keep smiling, it like shows up under my eye and it's just not cute. I prefer the regular Wet n Wild's one or the e.l.f. one. Those 2 are my favorite. This All Made one, this is the first time I'm trying it, and I won't repurchase it. It's not my favorite, but these are the 3 that I brought with me just because I had all 3 of these open. I just put them in my bag because I wasn't sure what was happening. So I have these 3 eyeliners, and then I have a mascara here that I picked up from TJ Maxx. This is just the open mascara that I was using. This is their Moroccan Argan Oil mascara, and the brand is IZME New York. IZME. I have no idea. Anyway, I picked this up from TJ Maxx. It was like $2.99, and this mascara works really, really well. I do quite enjoy this mascara. And the concealer that I packed with me, this is from AOA Studio. This is their liquid concealer in light ivory. Like I said, I'm trying to go through my items that I bought from the Shop Miss A website. This concealer is one of them. This concealer is gonna last me forever. It is a squeezy tube, and a little bit of this goes a very long way. I use this as eyelid primer. I use this as concealer. It's very versatile. You can even mix this into foundations that may be a little bit too dark for you. This does dry down really fast. The moment you put it on your eyelids or on your under eyes, you do have to blend it in right away, just because, like I said, it dries down very fast. And last but not least, in my makeup bag, I have all of my lip products. I grabbed a bunch of lip products just because I'm not really sure what kind of looks I'm going for. I just want to make sure I'm prepared. So first and foremost, of course, I pack my all-time favorite lip balm. This is the Carmex Classic Lip Balm, and this guy goes with me literally wherever. This is just their little pot, but I prefer their squeezy tube. It's just a little bit more sanitary. But I have a bunch of lip products here to share with you guys. So I always bring a bright red with me. You can never go wrong with a bright red lipstick, and just do wing eyeliner, and it looks really, really pretty. So this one is from Sephora. I also packed a gloss here. This is from Pure. This is their Pure and Trolls World Tour lip gloss, and this is in the shade Sing Along. So I packed this gloss with me. Of course, you have to pack nudes, so I packed 3 different nudes. The first one here is from Too Faced. This is my all-time favorite nude lipstick. This is their Melted Matte liquid lipstick in the shade Cool Girl. I also packed one from ColourPop. This is their lippy stick, and this is in the shade With the Band. And my last nude that I packed is also from ColourPop. This is their Ultra Satin Lip, and this is in the shade Stud. And I have a couple more to share with you guys. I have a bright purple here from Kat Von D. This is in Suspiria. And the last one I have is more of a mauvey pinky shade, and this is in Pinup. I picked this one up from Ulta, or I think maybe I got it as a birthday gift. But those are all the lip products that I brought with me. Like I said, I'll do close-ups, that way you guys can see all of the shades that I brought with me. But that is actually all the makeup that I packed with me when I went traveling this spring break. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below a couple of your tried and true items that you guys go traveling with. I'm super interested to see what you guys particularly bring with you when you do go traveling. These items definitely change within the season for me. This was just because we went on spring break, but for example, if I went traveling in the summer, I would definitely be packing a lot more mattifying items. But these are the ones I took with me spring break, and they did the job, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that red button down below. There's a little bell next to it that you can click on to get notified when I upload new videos. I also have Instagram and Snapchat that you guys can go ahead and follow me on. It's always listed down below for you guys. I hope you guys are not getting your butts kicked with the pollen and all these allergies like we are down here in North Carolina. It's real rough over here, a lot of pollen, but we are enjoying the warm weather. So I hope you guys are enjoying the warmer weather and just the springtime in general. I hope you guys are staying safe and have a great day. Psh.